here we are with the one and only Abigail Brown. Woo! Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, I had the chance to go on your website and you do some amazing things. Abigail Brown, what do you do for a living?
So, full-time I work as a career consultant. So I work at university and I support young people to kind of understand where they are now, where they want to get to, and create a career action plan to get there. So I do all sorts of things, helping them write CVs, running workshops, working with employers to get them on campus, and so forth. And I also have a side hustle, which is called Build Potential, where I provide expert career advice to young people, specifically BMEs, and connect them to jobs and opportunities from employers who recognise the strength of diversity.
Side hustle.
Yeah, side hustle.
So, did you always want to be working in the career industry, or you sort of find your path as you went along? Sometimes we start on the end and we end up in Z.
Yeah, great question. I'm from a Nigerian background, so my career options are always very, very limited.
I can testify for that.
So initially I kind of felt like I had to be either a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant or a banker.
Sounds so familiar.
So I chose the legal route, and I kind of just went down that path throughout school, college, picked it at university, didn't really kind of second guess it. But it was at university where I really realised I began to really understand what is it that I'm actually good at. Mm-hmm. I began to actually realise I don't have any work experience, so how have I made a decision that's like a big life decision potentially, based on what my parents expected or based on what I'd seen briefly on the TV, like it didn't really make sense. And again, I just didn't have any networks, any contacts in that area, so I felt my decision wasn't really based on anything really meaningful. So graduated, and I thought it's either I kind of spend 10 grand pursuing a legal career in more detail, or just kind of take a break and reassess what I want to do. And that's what I did. So I went away to India for 3 months, and that really helped me discover what it is I'm passionate about and what it is I can actually do.
So you went 3 months to India, so how did your parents take this decision?
I've written a blog on that actually. So again, typical African parents, so it wasn't what they expected. Mm-hmm. I think when you look at what, cousins are doing and other people are doing, they're getting banking jobs and accounting jobs, and I'm going off to do unpaid work. So it didn't really tally up in terms of like,
this is not what I
Exactly. But in the end, I'm someone that's very, very passionate about things. And when I put my heart to do something, I'm going to do it. And I think they respected that when it came down to it. So even though they were sad that I was going away for such a long time as well, they were supportive of it as well.
You went to India for 3 months, and I'm aware then, did you do more expeditions?
Yeah, so I did quite a few actually. So I went to Kenya a few times with some young people as well. And that was, so I think going to India, that really opened up my eyes even further, because it taught me about barriers people face to realising their potential. So in India I was teaching so many kids, and again it was the same sort of thing. They want to be doctors, they want to be pilots, lawyers and so forth, but they grew up in poverty. No one in their family had gone to secondary school. Gender inequality was again a big thing. So if you've got to teach a boy or girl, you're always going to choose the boy. So there were just so many barriers in order to them, enabling them to reach their potential. So going out to Kenya was a similar sort of thing, and I wanted more young people to see that, more young people to understand the kind of bigger issues they're now kind of day-to-day living, and hopefully make a change as well.
Mm-hmm. So you've gone to India for 3 months and then made more trips. So at what point you decided to sort of throw away your degree in law and do what you really wanted to do? So this is what God has called me for.
So I think it was probably in Kenya. I think, to be fair, before then I'd kind of, from India, decided I definitely don't want to do law. But in Kenya, that's where I really felt God speak to me in terms of my purpose. So going out to Kenya, when you see poverty, when you see the need, straight away you just want to help, you want to make a difference. And initially I thought, okay, I want to build an orphanage, I want to, you know, get kids off the street and so forth. But in Kenya, God spoke to me that He wants me to build people, not things. And that really stuck with me, and that's where kind of Build Potentials come from, because it's investing in people, it's building people, so that they can help themselves out of poverty and so forth.
Wow. So does your organisation work abroad or just in the UK?
So at the moment, and again, this is something that I've had to learn, because I'm someone that once I've got an idea, I'm just like, yeah, I want to do this now and just go all out. But I'm learning to kind of take my time and build gradually. So right now it's starting off in the UK, but eventually I wanted to go overseas as well. So it's all about helping people to understand what's in them and stirring that up and bringing it out of them. But it's also about just the way just kind of structures in society that keep people from progressing. So one of the angles about Build Potential is the diversity angle as well, because there's so many workplaces. Like, I've never worked in an organisation where I've seen a senior black female in leadership. I've never been in an organisation like that. And even just like working in my day-to-day job, I go to so many events and it's the same sort of thing, lack of diversity, always the same sorts of people that you see in certain positions. So the aim of the organisation as well is to connect employers more with a diverse audience, because there's so many benefits to diversity, as you know. It's proven that there's financial growth when your staff are more diverse, so 30% increase if there's more BMEs, 15% if there's more females. And it's just a good way of better understanding your customers. So if you want to reach out to different people, then it's more easier if your staff are diverse as well. So getting businesses just to really wake up and understand why they need more diversity in their workplace, and hopefully connect them to young people who just want to work, who just want to fulfill their potential and don't want unnecessary barriers holding them back as well.
Definitely. Wow. Watch out for Abigail. So now you started this Build Potential. How long have you guys been on the platform? So
it's been kind of a seed for probably the last 2 years, but it officially launched May this year.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah. So it's about 3-4 months now. Yeah. And so we went live, so we've got a website, got all the social media running, and we're hopefully launching a kind of careers inspiration email from September as well, where we'll giving people fortnightly doses of career inspiration, packed with jobs, opportunities, advice, anything that they want support with. We're hoping to help them and equip them with that knowledge as well.
Can I say that you haven't faced any oppositions yet, or did you find any difficulties in actually getting your vision to manifest?
I would definitely face difficulties. I think, as I said, I've obviously got a main hustle and a side hustle, so it's managing the two. The aim is that hopefully Build Potential will become my main hustle. But again, it's just time, it's resource, and it's just expanding as we're growing. So I think, as I've learned from kind of previous things I've done in the past, don't try and expand too quickly, but kind of just allow yourself to grow at a steady pace, because most businesses fail within the first 2 years of being live. So I'm really learning just to build gradually, be committed, be consistent, be faithful, don't despise small beginnings, and just really allow ourselves to grow, allow God to do His thing, and in time it can become the main thing.
So allow God to do His thing. So do you have a clear vision? I wouldn't say clear vision, because sometimes God gives us just a glimpse, but it doesn't show us all the struggles that come along. So do you have an idea of where you'd like to see your vision in the next 3-5 years?
So definitely that is the main thing. Would be the hope. And now we're just doing what we're doing already, but doing it bigger, doing it maybe across the UK, so we're just reaching more people. But what it comes down to is that we are building people, investing in people, connecting them to employers who recognise the strength they bring to their organisations. So very much doing the same thing, but doing it more, having more staff on board. So we're able to reach more people in different cities as well. And then eventually down the line going international and providing our services hopefully for free in Africa and Asia and so forth.
Oh, that's amazing. I think we need more people like that. Yeah, because unfortunately certain parts of the world are more neglected. So, and I think like you said earlier, to build people, because obviously we can't be in so many different countries at once, but then if you train 100, then it's easy to
they just
send
spread out. Yeah, so it's all about building people. We don't be seen as kind of the expert of all knowledge, but investing in people, allowing them to understand who they are, understanding their, even just things like your strengths and weaknesses, and understanding where you're best placed to serve. So investing in those people and then just allowing them to send out, but then also invest in others. So it's always a knock-on effect. I always say if A looks after B, B looks after C, C looks after D, no one gets left behind. So it's creating that circle where everyone's supported, everyone's encouraged. And that kind of, like one of the kind of key Bible verses for Build Potential is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. And it's all about encouraging, the Bible says encourage one another and build each other up. And that's essentially what we are. We just want to see people grow, we want to see people build up, we want to see others encouraging each other. Because as you know, it's not easy in business. It can feel lonely, it can feel isolating. So it's all about how can I help you as you're kind of fulfilling your purpose and trying to reach your destiny, and how can you help me as well? So it's sisterhood, it's friendshiphood, how can we support each other to be where God has called us to be.
So what's your favourite Bible verse? That verse that really helped you, sustained you?
Great question. I know, there's so many great verses. I'm just like, oh.
So the whole Bible.
Literally. The whole Bible. I don't know if I have a favourite Bible verse. I mean, typical ones are that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's a great one. I probably have a favourite chapter.
Okay, what's the chapter?
I can't say it obviously, but John 15. And I think that grounds me. So it's all about abide in me. Without me, you can do nothing. So without God, we can't bear any fruit. And it just reminds me to not get carried away trying to build, but to remember I need to be connected to God. And it's only when I'm connected to Him, that's when I can bear fruit. So it's more just a reminder to stay plugged in, stay connected.
Stay plugged in.
Yeah.
Stay plugged in.
Stay plugged in.
That's amazing, that's amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Abigail. I will definitely look out for when Build Potential wins some awards and investing in people, which it will happen, I believe so. So, you know, when you run with the vision that God gave you, you cannot help but succeed. That's standard.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Brilliant.
And what would be your word of advice for someone that maybe has a side hustle and doesn't know how to manage the two, or really would like to not conform to the expectations of family and really run with what is in their heart? What would be your your advice for them?
Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to family, it's a difficult one because you obviously do feel the pressures, but at the end of the day, it's your career. Like most of our time will be spent working, so you have to be passionate about what you want to do and about your strengths in doing that as well. So it's always saying I want to be a doctor, but if you're not skilled in terms of the skills needed for that role, there's no point pursuing it, because in the end you'll be unhappy. Your parents will be doing what they're doing but you're the one that's living with that choice. So I think be bold, be brave, be courageous, and run with the vision and the dream that you know God has placed in you. So God over family.
Amen. Be bold, be brave, courageous, and run with the vision that God has placed in you. So yes, guys, remember that advice. And thank you so much, Abigail Brown. And we'll be watching out for Big Potential.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Get me ready, Lord.